Today is a historic day in Washington, D.C., as it is the first time in at least 30 years that either chamber's Veteran Affairs Committee has held a hearing solely on the health care needs of our Native veterans. I know Mr. Bergman had a hearing in his district, but this is the first one in Washington, D.C. In 30 years. American Indian and Alaska Native people have served in the United States Armed Forces since the Revolutionary War and served without being acknowledged as citizens until 1924. Native people serve at consistently higher rates than any other racial or ethnic group. The rates are even greater for Indian and Alaska Native women who serve at disproportionately higher rates than Native men and non-Native women. This hearing is different than most this committee holds, as it is an examination not only of VA and the health status of Native Americans, but of VA as a part of a federal government that has a solemn duty to uphold trust and treaty obligations to tribal people. In exchange for land and resources, the United States promised members of Indian tribes safety, economic opportunity, and health care. The federal provisions of health care is not a handout. It is a payment on a debt. And that debt, sadly, has continuously been defaulted on by the United States. It is essential that we recognize this federal obligation does not stop at the doors of the Indian Health Service. It is an obligation of all parts of our government. For that reason, we have called this hearing to hear from tribes and tribal organizations to learn how the VA is meeting its federal trust responsibility and where do they need to do better. We know that while Native people serve more than anyone else, they have the lowest health status of any other race or ethnicity in the United States. Native veterans are more likely to have service-connected disabilities, experience sexual assault and post-traumatic stress, and die by suicide. In 2010, the VA and Indian Health Service established a memorandum of understanding to improve the health status of American Indian, Alaska Native veterans through coordination, improved services, and resource sharing between VA, IHS, and federally recognized tribes. This year, VA and IHS plan to revise the 2010 MOU. We would like to check in on the progress made over the past 9 years, what went well, what didn't, and what is needed in the new MOU to ensure we truly are improving the health status of American Indian and Alaska Native veterans. Before we move on to our first panel, I want to express to you my great disappointment that Dr. Stone, who will be the signatory of this new MOU, is not here today to speak to these issues. Secretary Wilkie spoke many times this summer with several dozen news articles to show for it that Native veterans' access to health care is one of his top priorities. Now, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt his commitment of the program offices. I don't doubt that the commitment of the program offices here today. I know that I'm sorry. Now, I don't doubt the Secretary's commitment. I am concerned about the progress we are making and a successful conclusion to a negotiation with the MOU.